Right now this morning, breaking news. Our crew is live on scene of a fire on French Island. We'll take you live to the scene. Southwest Airlines changing its open seating policy. More on what the new flights will look like and when.
Well, it's high fire danger we have with the winds also picking up as well. We'll be talking about your winds and, of course, your temperatures that may last into next week.
Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us for News 8 Now this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Art Jarrett.
It is Tuesday, October 1st. Yeah, new month, October. A lot of people are excited, right? This is the month we've been waiting for.
And you've got the October fit going on right now,
I'm in my pumpkin spice fit.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we're ready. So we got a cool down today too, right?
A cool down. I'm going to tell them about it right now, my friend. As we get into it here, take a look as we go into the high fire danger. We're going to see the winds coming out of Canada as well. And out of the northwest, we're holding on to some breezy and gusty winds that are up to at least 18 miles per hour, gusting, and I should say sustain and gusting up to at least 20, and we'll see maybe 30-mile-per-hour winds coming in tomorrow. Right now, we have a little bit of fire danger in the upper atmosphere here. That's kind of getting out of the way as we go to the 9 o'clock hour, but we see this wind continuing to lift us back into our forecast area here as we go into Wednesday. The possibility of that continuing to stay with us and contain that for the better part of tomorrow. Pleasant conditions, though, ensue right now. Temperatures are in the 50s. Normally, we're at least about 60 in the 60s right about now. You're going to be seeing, again, breezy and gusty winds that will last. The milder conditions will go right into next week as well. So we're looking at a mix of upper 60s to around the low to middle 70s. In fact, we may even see some upper 70s to finish out. Here's a look at this this cold front that's coming through, as well as this frontal boundary is bringing in some rainfall well on the northern portion of Wisconsin. It's not going to get us wet out of it, though. We'll stay dry, but these winds, I'm really concerned as we go through the day today as well, and that will carry over, as I mentioned, and get stronger into tomorrow. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. We begin this morning with some breaking news. A massive fire is raging at the Thai Yard of Omaha on French Island. Let's take a live look at the scene now. You can see the smoke is still billowing and the flames are still visible. We know that crews have been on scene here trying to fight this fire since about 1:30 this morning. And you can see from this video, it appears a large shed-like structure is engulfed in flames and the building and railroad ties are burning. Firefighters did call for more water tenders around 2 a.m. Then Onalaska was asked to bring in a ladder truck after that at about 3 a.m. So several hours already, multiple fire departments trying to knock down this blaze. We don't have any word on a cause or many details right now, but our crews is here on scene, and as soon as they learn more information, we will bring it to you live. We turn now to the campaign trail. Tonight, the 2024 vice presidential candidates will go head-to-head on the debate stage. It's all unfolding right here on CBS. Jared Hill got early access to the set of tonight's debate and gives us a breakdown of the rules.
We are inside the CBS Broadcast Center with a lay of the land for the first and currently only scheduled vice presidential debate of the 2024 presidential election. Democratic vice presidential nominee Governor Tim Walz will be standing on the right-hand side of your screen. Republican VP pick Senator J.D. Vance is going to be on the left. He won the virtual coin toss, which means that he chose the order for the closing statements and opted to go last. All right, so let's talk about the rules. There will be no opening statements. The candidates won't be able to bring any props with them. There also will be no studio audience, but something different from the presidential debates. The microphones, both of them, will be hot throughout the night, although CBS News does reserve the right to hit the mute button at any point. Another thing to note is there will be no live fact-checking by the moderators. That is going to be left up to the candidates themselves. Also, none of the candidates are getting the topics in advance nor the questions, and during the 2 breaks of the night, they will not be able to talk with their campaign aides.
All right, and you can catch the debate live here on WKBT starting at 7. While his vice presidential candidate is on the debate stage, former President Trump will be on a stage of his own here in the Badger State. Trump is expected to make a campaign stop at Dane Manufacturing in Waunakee at 1:30. Then he'll travel to Milwaukee, where he'll hold another campaign stop. This is his first visit back to Milwaukee since accepting the presidential nomination in July, and his 4th visit to the state overall. He was just in Prairie du Chien this weekend. The old Kmart site in La Crosse may soon get new life. 360 Real Estate Solutions plans to turn the empty lot into a multi-use complex called Copper Rocks. The Economic and Community Development Commission reviewed the project at last night's meeting. The plan includes housing and commercial space, but it's still in its early stages. Developers are working out the costs.
We're continuing to massage the numbers with respect to the rents for the income on the property, the project costs, and we redid the site to some degree to try to get those costs down. And then the biggest obstacle we face is interest rate right now.
Developers want all elements of Copper Rocks to be in place before any of the old Kmart is demolished. City Brewery in La Crosse is off the hook for those daily smell fines. The Board of Public Works voted to end a $100 per day fine that was in place since April. The brewery has already paid more than $15,000 for a leak at its water treatment plant. The leak released hydrogen sulfide, a gas that smells like rotten eggs, into the air. Officials say City Brewery has fixed the problems, including the repairs that were needed. A new eatery at UW La Crosse is changing the game for students with food allergies. Allison Ferget takes us inside the A9 eatery.
We are serving students in a new way to make sure that they feel safe and are fed well when they're here on campus.
The recently opened A9 Eatery at UWL is providing full-service meals for students with documented allergies. Food at A9 is prepared without the 9 major allergens, as well as gluten.
We're really providing an extra level of service and want to make sure that their needs are being met.
A9 is in a different area than the main food hall. Students have to swipe a card to go in, and all utensils and equipment are kept separate from the other dining hall stations.
So people who are eating here are knowing that they are having foods that are not containing any of these allergens. There's no cross-contamination.
A9 currently serves around 50 to 60 students who emphasize the importance of having a space where they won't be exposed to allergens.
I've had allergic reactions since I got here from eating in the dining hall. When I got introduced to the A9, it really helped me just be able to have a more secure diet and a safer diet.
For sophomore Bennett Buchter, he struggled his first year on campus to find food that fit his needs. While he took part in the previous allergen-free dining program, he says the food was prepackaged and not very fresh.
Compared to this year, it's been a whole different dynamic. Like for the positive side, they make the food right in front of you. It's way fresher.
And Buchter says not worrying about finding food on campus has been a huge relief.
Obviously, that gives me more time to focus on studies and just, I don't know, feel good. Overall, great experience.
Reporting in La Crosse, Allison Ferget, News 8 Now, This Morning.
Right now, A9 can only serve students with documented allergies, but they are hoping to expand to serve students with food sensitivities as well. The time now is 6:07. Still ahead on your morning news, tens of thousands of dock workers are on strike. The new iPhone 16 not selling as well as expected, and Hot Pocket is selling an ugly holiday sweater. Southwest Airlines announcing a major change to its open seating policy coming up. More on what the new flights will look like and when you can see the changes. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. October is here and the days of cooling off. It's time for you to warm up with some baking. A plate of fresh baked cookies, because today is National Homemade Cookies Day. It's observed every year on October 1st. You can mark the day by baking your cookie of choice. And enjoy National Homemade Cookie Day. So you got to make them at home. And now leaving you with another live look at the structure fire on French Island. This is at the Yard of Omaha on French Island. Fire crews have been here since about 1:30 this morning. And the smoke is still billowing. Multiple crews have been called to the scene. Information right now is limited, but we will continue to provide you updates throughout the morning.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you see condensation here, you could have mold hiding here. You need a trusted window company to replace the window and check for hidden issues. At Clear Choice, we know that your home is your biggest investment, and in a year like this, every dollar needs to be spent wisely. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Call now for our buy 3, get 1 free special. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions or something less.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Fentanyl is killing over 1,000 people a year in Wisconsin. New reporting shows that Eric Hovde is doing business with a bank accused of links to the Mexican drug cartel. Banco Azteca loaded up $26 million in cash and flew it to Eric Hovde's bank in California. Other U.S. banks have cut ties with this Mexican bank, but Eric Hovde took their money. That's 26 million more reasons you can't trust Eric Hovde.
Taco John's new 2 for $5 Fiesta Chicken Tacos are here to Fiesta. Grilled old white meat chicken is here to Fiesta. And creamy Fiesta sauce is obviously here to Fiesta. That's kind of its thing. New 2 for $5 Fiesta Chicken Tacos at Taco John's.
While families struggle to pay bills, Harris and the Democrats are wasting our tax dollars on their extreme liberal agenda, giving government checks to illegal immigrants, funding a Madison clinic where minors get transgender therapy without parents' consent, pushing high schools to allow boys to compete in girls' sports. Senator Baldwin fights for this madness. Tammy Baldwin, radical, extreme, and wrong.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
Arthritis, high blood pressure, breast cancer. Almost everyone has a pre-existing condition and could lose health insurance if Derek Van Orden and Washington Insiders get their way. They take money from big insurance companies, then try to strip coverage for pre-existing conditions. Van Orden and Washington Insiders don't care about you, so if you get sick, you get dropped. Time to drop Derek Van Orden and these Washington Insiders from Congress.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Well, good morning to you. Taking a look at the mid and upper atmosphere, looking at the cold front that is moving through the area. That whole system continues to work its way in portions of southern Canada, as well as here locally. You can see the circulation of it right there, and you can see the back part of that continuing to move a little bit closer to us. That's most of the system that's kind of moving in and ushering in that roundabout movement of that wind out of the northwest. Here we have limited fog due to the winds. These winds are breezy and gusty, and they're going to last all the way to Wednesday. We're also a bit cooler because of that colder air coming out of Canada. And so right about now, temperatures are going to hold on to the 60s, currently in the morning in the 50s as we roll out here. The winds are calm right now, hence no fog right now because of the winds, breezy and gusty conditions, getting up to about 18 miles per hour in some cases, gusting up to in the 20s and near 30s possibly. Hey, we have the current temperatures for you right now, some 40s to the north. We also have some 50s holding on, upper 50s down to the south. And as we finish out here, take a look what I've got going on for you. The 24-hour temperature change. Look at the demarcation just along the Mississippi River here, kind of moving right through. All those temperatures are at least now about 5 to about 16 degrees cooler. Once you get over to La Crosse, though, Eau Claire, we're like 2 to 3 degrees cooler than we were 24 hours ago. And of course, you see the warmth coming up from the south, working into Boscobel as well as Prairie du Chien, getting up to areas right by Black River Falls and Sparta, where they're at least up to about 8 degrees warmer in some locations. That being said, as you go through Eau Claire, sunshine will prevail through the morning hours. Then we'll get some cloud cover sneaking back into the picture, where you're going to be seeing at least mostly sunny skies by the noon hour, probably partly cloudy skies to finish out the day once we go into your afternoon. All right, right back to you, my friends.
In your morning consumer news, tens of thousands of dock workers are on strike, impacting more than a dozen ports along the East and Gulf Coast. The work stoppage kicked in just after midnight, despite last-minute talks between port operators and the union representing the workers. The two sides have been locked in a contract dispute over things like higher wages and automation. The conference board says a one-week strike could cost the economy as much as $3.8 billion and drive up consumer prices. The new iPhone 16 is not selling as well as expected. According to one analyst, Apple sold an estimated 37 million units in the first weekend of pre-sale. That's down more than 12% compared to sales of new iPhones during the same period last year. Despite the slow start, most analysts expect sales to increase as we head into the holiday season. Apple will release sales numbers when it reports earnings next month. And Hot Pockets wants you to get into the holiday spirit. The company is ditching its well-known microwave crisping sleeves. Now it's created an ugly holiday sweater that allows fans to do the same. So this is for the people to wear. I thought this was for the Hot Pocket when I read this. So you see here it has sleeves that zip on and off. The sweater will be sold for a limited time if you're interested, with a $40 price tag. Southwest Airlines is known for an open boarding policy. This summer, the company announced a major change to that policy coming in 2026. Chris Van Cleve got a sneak peek at what the new flights will look like, and he found out that one popular perk will stay the same.
This is a look at the future of Southwest Airlines. It's a new cabin, new seats, and soon new seat assignments. Up here, bigger bins, more bags, the kinds you can flip up on your side. Also, you're going to notice these seat numbers. Those become a lot more important when they start assigning seats. Those flights will be 2026. Here are the new seats you'll be able to buy. These are the extended legroom seats on Southwest. It's a first. You get about 3 inches more legroom at a cost. You will have other seats that will come with their base want to get away fare. And then if you want to sit towards the front, but you don't want to spend the money for these seats, there will be your regular economy seats that are still close to the front. You'll be able to book those specifically as well. Also, there's a new tray table throughout the cabin, new device tray. There's also power in all of the seats. This is part of a rethinking of some of the ways Southwest operates.
This is something that we study periodically, and it was overwhelmingly the study in favor of assigned seats. Our customers, 80% want assigned seats.
Southwest loyalists are going to wonder, will bags still fly free?
Bags will still fly free, yes.
Southwest is betting this will be big with customers. Their research has indicated what the industry is already seeing. People will pay for a premium experience. This is premium on the new Southwest.
No more queuing up like cattle. I'm in for that. That's it for your morning consumer news. Time now is 6:17. Let's check back in with Art for a look at our forecast. I hate that open seating, Art.
I know, right? Oh, boy. Southwest. Oh, the days. I miss those days, though. It's pretty fun with the friends going out and traveling all over the place. Hey, pleasant conditions today for you, my friends, if you're sticking around. So we do have some breezy and gusty winds, though. That's going to be a part of your day. So earlier this morning, it's pretty nice, even nice enough for a run. But we are currently working on some serious stuff, though, as you get into it. There is that fire danger still, which is a high risk right now. As you can see, the La Crosse is right there, extending all the way out to French Island as well. So please be careful this early morning. Those firefighters are dealing with some stuff as we get into those winds that, as I said, were breezy and gusty. Look at it right now, about 19 miles per hour. You get up to Winona, they're at 22 miles per hour in Arcadia. So you can see the breezier winds coming out of the northwest are going to affect that fire, cutting right across going into French Island. That being said, those winds will continue to come back again once we calm them down tonight and then start again tomorrow. They'll get even breezier as we go through the afternoon. Look at those winds, 29 mile per hour wind gusts for La Crosse for tomorrow, 30 as you get into Caledonia. And some of these might even get a little bit higher in some cases, but they will start to quell as we get deeper into the nighttime for tomorrow. Current temperatures are really widespread, holding on to the 40s and the 50s. We have the dew points, though. They're in the 30s, so we are dry. Not bone dry, but we're pretty dry. We'll hold on to limited fog as well this morning. It'll be a bit cooler to start, even though we're still in the mild. Bless you, Alexandra. And we're holding on to breezy and gusty winds as we go into Wednesday as well. There's a look at the radar. Dry conditions, believe it or not. And as you can see, some of that rainfall is well up to the north, kind of crossing the northeastern tier of Wisconsin, gets out of the way. We increase the clouds once we go to the noon hour, picking them up all the way into the late afternoon hours. Then those winds come back for tomorrow. They're going to switch coming out of the southwest, going to blow that cloud cover out of the way. We get in a whole lot of sunshine for you. Then we're going to see as we roll right into the evening hours, we get a little bit of fog, low cloud activity. And so it's so breezy and gusty that we're not going to get any fog out of that, as you can see. But we go into Thursday, you might catch yourself with a little bit of light rainfall sneaking in the picture from Thursday night going into Friday. And it's about a 10 to 20% chance crossing La Crosse and then getting out of the way. Up and out it goes by the time we finish out on Friday. That being said, as we go into it here, you're looking at temperatures for the early morning hours holding on to the 40s to 50s, and then we get out of those, go right into the afternoon. We're holding on at noon, 60s, upper 50s to the low 60s, believe it or not. And so we're getting into the afternoon, 60s widespread at 2. Once we get in the 4 o'clock hour, we're looking at widespread low to middle 60s, maybe an upper 60 to around 67 degrees, and then we're done. All right, that being said, there are highs 62 to about 67 degrees, 68 though if you go into areas by Boscobel. And of course, we'll look into tomorrow, looking at 73 to 76 degrees for your highs for tomorrow. So we'll bump it up in temperature a little bit, still holding on to the mild, but we will be breezy. We'll see more mild conditions going through Thursday and Friday to finish out your work week. Going into the weekend, that wind returns. And of course, we'll take it right into next week as well. Right back to you, Alexandra.
Thank you, Art. The time now is 6:20. Still ahead on your morning news. Could a month without drinking improve your well-being? We'll explore the surprising health benefits of Sober October and share some expert advice on how to make it through the month. Stay tuned for that.
Coming up in the Blitz, one of our area's best offenses on the football field talks about why they've been able to light up the scoreboard. Plus, the Brewers starter for Game 1 mentions why this year's team feels special.
And we're going to take another live look now at that structure fire on French Island. A bit of a different view for you here, but wow, look at that smoke. That's an insane scene to see this morning. So details from crews on scene still a bit limited, but what we do know is that this is taking place at the Tie Yard of Omaha on French Island. Crews have been on scene since 1:30 this morning. So they've been there for several hours already trying to knock this down. From the images we've been seeing, not much progress is being made. It is some type of large shed-like structure engulfed in flames. The building and railroad ties are also burning. We do know that additional aid has been called in, several departments working to get this thing knocked down. We will keep checking in with you, with our crew on scene, and we'll bring the latest updates to you. So stick with us. We'll be right back.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's fall jean sale is going on now, and all jeans are on sale. We're so confident we have the right brand, style, and fit for you that we'll give you a free $5 Farm and Fleet gift card for every pair of jeans you buy. Like men's Rustler jeans, just $15.99. Rewards members save an extra $1. Men's Special Buy Carhartt jeans, 40% off, just $17.99. And shop store-wide savings like 5 quarts of Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic Oil, $30.99.
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Thankfully, American Waterworks offers proven, warranted solutions. Typically less expensive than full replacement and more efficient and lightweight than mud jacking, our methods are designed to last. After all, your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
We need real working people in Washington.
What a phony. Cook spent the last decade working as a political operative. Earned her money helping defund the police radicals like Mandela Barnes, the most anti-police candidate in Wisconsin history. Now, Cook won't let you protect your family. She wants to ban the most popular rifle in the country, earning an F from the NRA. Rebecca Cook, phony insider, dangerously liberal.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
At Taco John's, we believe a better Taco Tuesday starts with better tacos. That means using 100% North American beef, cooking shells in-house daily, and a deal that makes you say, how are these only $1.29? Taco Tuesday is every Tuesday at Taco John's.
Hi, I'm Danielle, General Manager here at the Board Store.
In 1989, when I first saw my dad on the TV talking about high quality and low prices, I wasn't quite sure how I felt. But now, 35 years later, with this exceptional showroom, high quality products, knowledgeable staff, and the best installation crews in the area, I couldn't be more proud. And we look forward to continuing to serve all your home improvement needs for many more years to come. Come see us at the Board Store.
As the mom of a daughter, I'm livid that boys are now being allowed to compete in girls' sports. It's just wrong, and I blame Tammy Baldwin. She voted to let biological men into women's sports. Worse, Baldwin co-sponsored legislation to force girls to share locker rooms with biological men. Tammy Baldwin is failing to keep our families safe. Tammy Baldwin's extreme values are wrong for Wisconsin. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, today marks the start of October. Fall sports are winding down, and across country that means less than a month until sectionals and just over a month until the state tournament. Mustangs and Melrose Mindoro hosted an invite yesterday with some area schools. Boys up first, and Blair Taylor's Thomas Brandt ran a great race, finishing in first place. No final times or other results due to some technical difficulties, but he is crowned champion. And in the girls' race, a fantastic showing for the Bangor Cardinals as they have multiple girls finish in the top 5. Bangor takes first and second in the boys and girls team scores, and Toma finishes as the runner-ups in both the boys and girls as well. There are a lot of high-powered offenses in our area, but what Prairie du Chien has done over the last 4 weeks might just take the cake. They've outscored conference opponents 214-36, scoring more than 60 in their last 2 games. A big reason for that, Blake Thierry, the future Indiana Hoosier, is a Swiss Army knife for the Blackhawks, taking handoffs, catching passes, and even acting as a decoy. Thierry can do it all, but it is the pieces around him that have boosted Prairie to a 5-game win streak.
You put him out wide and you put him out a wide receiver and they put 2 people on him. That means you got single coverage on other wide receivers. They're taking people out of the box so you can run the ball up the middle. So it just really opens up everything.
They know that Blake sometimes will become a decoy. Blake can play 4, he can play 3, he can play Y, he can play Z. I mean, he can play all over the place. And the other guys love it because as we're able to spread him around, it opens them up more. So they've really been able to complement each other.
And when Thierry isn't acting as a decoy, he's been just dominant this season. 14 rushing touchdowns, 8 receiving touchdowns, over 1,100 total yards, and even has a defensive score. He's the school's all-time leading touchdown scorer, and getting into the end zone on Fridays has been his specialty.
I definitely enjoy. I mean, my teammates help me a lot to do that, but I mean, it's a joy. I mean, every week, you know, getting lots of touchdowns. I mean, it's really fun. I'm having a lot of fun right now. I feel like if we keep clicking like we are right now and scoring lots of points and shutting teams down, I think we can make a deep run to level 4, you know, level 5. I think that's been our goal.
Now, Prairie has already clinched a playoff spot for the 8th straight year, but now they'll be looking for a trip to state for the first time since 1988. The Brewers are watching some of the Mets and Braves game yesterday at AmFam Field, seeing who they might be facing today, and it was determined Milwaukee will face New York with first pitch scheduled for 4:32 p.m. The Crew have made the playoffs 6 times in the last 7 years, but they haven't won a postseason series since 2018 when they lost to the Dodgers in the NLCS. But the starting pitcher for the opener, Freddie Peralta, says there's just something different about this 2024 squad.
We feel different. I can tell even today, like the vibes that we have right now. You can see everybody's face. Do what we've been doing the whole season, just trusting in ourselves. And just don't be afraid of make a mistake. You just be yourself.
Brewers have yet to win a postseason game that Peralta has pitched in, most recently last year against Arizona, where he had 5 innings and gave up 4 earned runs. The Mets will pitch Luis Severino. Brewers began the 2024 season with a sweep of the Mets, and they'll look to end New York's season in similar fashion. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
It seems like everyone in Washington is either too far left or too far right. I'm Rebecca Cook, and like most folks in Wisconsin, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'll stand up to Democrats to fight for a secure border and stop wasteful spending. I'll stand up to extremists like Derek Van Orden, who wants to ban all abortions with no exceptions. Like you, I'm fed up and ready for change. I approve this message because it's time that we sent one of us to Congress.
This
is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. East Park Medical Center, coming soon. UW Health, remarkable.
I'm a nurse in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Hovde means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
Eric Hovde supported overturning Roe v. Wade, which led to an abortion ban in Wisconsin.
And that's a ban with no exceptions for rape or incest.
What Hovde supports criminalizes abortion and doctors like me.
We need to vote against Eric Hovde.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Is it past time for new windows? At River Valley Remodelers, there's no need to sacrifice quality for cost. We offer high-quality, energy-efficient replacement windows designed for all of our weather, keeping your home comfortable year-round. Our experts will help you find the perfect option that fits your budget and matches your style. Plus, with our free energy audit, you'll learn how to save more while upgrading your home. River Valley Remodelers, quality windows at a price you'll love. Call today for your free energy audit.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland.
As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. These places employ us, sponsor the Little League team, and feed and clothe us. That's why I'm proud of the work I've done to support our business community. I know that the side of the aisle you're on matters less than being on the side of our main streets.
No party has a monopoly on good ideas.
I'm Steve Doyle, and I'm working for our businesses, working for our communities, and I'm working for you.
Call Hupy and Abraham. They really do mean business.
And welcome back. We're going to check back in now with the breaking news on French Island, where there is a massive fire. That fire is still burning. This is at the Thai Yard of Omaha on French Island. We're taking that live look now. We've been checking in since 5 a.m. and the scene does not look that much different. You can tell crews are having a hard time knocking this fire down. They've been at it since 1:30 this morning. That's when they were called to this. Several different departments are responding. You can't really see in this video, but we do know that it appears some kind of large shed-like structure is engulfed in flames. The building and railroad ties are burning. You can see some type of construction equipment or something like that here. So we have very limited details about what's caused this, what's happening now, but we do know, as we said, there are railroad ties here, commonly made of wood and other flammable materials. We do know that crews have asked for mutual aid to come in from other departments, including Onalaska. So we are on scene. We will stay there. We will continue to bring you the latest updates throughout the newscast and throughout the day, so stick with us. Turning now to some medical news. Now that Oktoberfest is over, you might be considering joining the Sober October trend. This month-long break from alcohol can boost your health, especially your gut. Mandy Gaither explains the benefits and offers some tips for success.
It's fall, and you may be focused on football, pumpkins, and frightening fun. But if you also want to zero in on your health, try Sober October.
Cutting back on alcohol, even if it's for a few weeks, will help someone understand the impact alcohol is playing in their life.
Gastroenterologist Dr. Arvin Morali with Orlando Health says alcohol has a significant impact on microorganisms in a drinker's gut.
There is good bacteria and bad bacteria. alcohol kills the good bacteria. It upsets this balance, causes issues with digestion, and it can also affect the liver.
Morali says having unbalanced levels leads to inflammation and an unhealthy gut lining, which can lead to other health problems.
Anxiety, depression, fatigue, weakness. So a lot of these symptoms are indirectly influenced by the gut.
He says taking even a short break from alcohol can restore that balance and help improve sleep, energy levels, and reduces risk of certain cancers.
Even low amounts of alcohol increases the risk of cancer.
To have a successful Sober October, Morali says to get support from family and friends. Let them know this is important to you. Turn to an alternative, whether that's a mocktail, water, or a smoothie. And find hobbies or physical activities that can help you stay engaged without the temptation of alcohol.
One expert says temporarily halting alcohol may make a drinker want it more, so those who want to cut back may instead choose to start slowly, having one less drink than you normally would. Limiting drinking to certain days is another idea, adding in some water or sparkling water in between drinks, or making weaker cocktails. And a new fuel offer is coming to Quick Trip locations across the Midwest. Quick Trip launching its Quick Charge program, bringing fast electric vehicle charging to select stores. The initiative includes an app for drivers to check locations, prices, and charger availability before you stop. La Crosse organizations are challenging residents to ditch their cars this week. Through Saturday, the city is exploring alternative transportation for a week without cars. From biking to buses, they're hoping people will adapt to see what other options are available when you leave the car at home.
Where people live and where they work is part of that challenge, and that's something that the county and the city can be mindful of going forward. Where are we siting housing? Is it near transit, or is it near services and jobs, or is it way the heck out so the only way to get any place is to drive?
If you're interested, you want to try it out, MTU is offering free rides all week. Drift Cycle is offering 1 hour free with a special code that we have for you on our website. Local high school students explored career options at the Western Technical College Career and Education Expo. The La Crosse Center hosted about 2,000 students from 30 area high schools for this yesterday. Students attended a brief orientation before breaking into groups to discuss career fields they're interested in. Students could also visit booths with representatives from higher education and the military. The 22nd annual Ladies' Day Luncheon wrapped up this year's Oktoberfest celebrations. Held at the cargo room of the Waterfront Restaurant, the event is sponsored by past Mrs. Oktoberfests. Current and former royal family members gathered to celebrate the festival's success. The luncheon featured live entertainment, food, and prizes, honoring the hard work that goes into making Oktoberfest happen every year. A husband and wife in Tomah are taking their commitment to service and making it a family affair. Meet the Bames, our September hometown heroes.
Dan and Jeanette Bame, a duo that embodies the true definition of volunteerism.
They're there for every single event that we have.
We've always been helping and volunteering with different organizations in our church.
Dan is the president of the North American Squirrel Association of Tomah, an organization that helps the elderly and physically challenged enjoy the outdoors.
Just started out trying to really help with a pontoon boat here in Tomah, help with the elderly, and it just exploded.
Jeanette is his wife and secretary of the organization and chief driver of the Ground Squirrel, an automobile that transports members to and from events. The North American Squirrel Association, or commonly known as NASA, hosts a variety of activities throughout the year. Things like hiking, boating, hunting excursions, and fishing. Lots of fishing.
Just the look on the people's faces, because they don't get out that much, and they're just really pleased to be able to get out into the public and do things. We
had one fishing outing with a girl that was mentally challenged, and she was just mad. She did not want to be there. And my son handed her the fishing pole and the fish had bought. And she just screamed and hollered and jumped around and told everybody how she caught the biggest fish. And the people that take care of her said it was the happiest they ever seen her in 3 years. And those type of things just inspire us.
It's even inspired Dan and Jeanette to make service a family affair. Their 4 children play an active role in NASA. Even their grandchildren help out with the annual Squirrel Fest.
We were very fortunate this way. We have a fantastic family. Our kids all have the good heart.
With the new Abilities Park underneath their belt, a fall color tour ahead, even an elk hunt in Montana, NASA is growing.
We're getting more and more volunteers, and the biggest thing is we're finding out just how many people out there really need this type of organization.
And what an unforgettable name. They are currently seeking volunteers for NASA of Tomah. If you'd like to volunteer, we have some information for you on our digital platforms. And if you'd like to nominate our next hometown hero, also visit news8000.com and click on the features tab. Time now is 6:39. Let's check in with Art to tell us what to expect on our morning commute. Hopefully no squirrels out there, Art.
Oh, no, no squirrels, man. Get to the right or left, squirrel. Get out of my way. All right, here you go. You've got this circulation that's over in Canada and pushing over portions of the northern tier of the United States as well. So we've got this coming in. It's also ushering in some winds that are quite breezy. You can see coming out of the northwest, and hence they're going to be pushing across our state here and, of course, our region locally. So limited fog due to winds today. We have we're a little bit cooler. Technically, we're still on the mild. We're on the lower side of the mild, but we're going to see temperatures get up to about 67 degrees today, somewhere around there, and a little bit lower. Breezy and gusty winds today and tomorrow, where those winds tomorrow are going to be much stronger. We'll hold on to observed winds right now. La Crosse is holding on to 9 miles per hour, Decorah, and of course Viroqua down to 10. You're seeing Eau Claire at 5, but these winds are coming out of the northwest and they continue to press through the area. The current visibility is not really happening right now. 10 miles visibility plus. You're also looking at current temperatures in the 40s and the 50s currently, and of course it is really nice it feels really nice out there indeed. 24-hour temperature change though, all that cold air over in Minneapolis, and I should say Minnesota, much warmer here in our region, but we're holding on to at least 2 to about maybe 7 degrees warmth of warmth from yesterday. Eau Claire holding on to sunshine going right into the 12 o'clock hour. You're going to get some clouds on the way though as noon crosses. You can see La Crosse is going to do the same thing, getting to partly cloudy skies by 4 o'clock today. You'll also be seeing the bus trip for the kids today, 48 degrees for you, 51 degrees for the kids going out to school today at 7 a.m. Back to you. Oh, first of all, hey, we've got our coming up buzz report here. Oasis is bringing its highly anticipated reunion to the U.S. and Canada. Mexico coming up. More on the upcoming tour, as well as their opener, Cage the Elephant, when we return. Stick around.
I'm a nurse in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
Hovde means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
Eric Hovde supported overturning Roe v. Wade, which led to an abortion ban in Wisconsin.
And that's a ban with no exceptions for rape or incest.
What Hovde supports criminalizes abortion and doctors like me.
We need to vote against Eric Hovde.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
National Democrats are spending millions on deceptive ads like these that lie and try to confuse you. Why? Because Democrats like Harris and Baldwin don't want you to focus on their radical record, allowing men to compete in girls' sports, funding a clinic that offers transgender therapy to minors without parents' consent, giving stimulus checks to illegals while Wisconsin families struggle. Baldwin and Democrats want you to focus on anything but their radical agenda.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you feel colder drafts here, you have gaps, worn seals, or even cracks here, you need a trusted window company to replace the window and help you save money on your energy bill. At Clear Choice, we know that your home is your biggest investment, and in a year like this, every dollar needs to be spent wisely. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Call now for our buy 3, get 1 free special.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Fentanyl is killing over 1,000 people a year in Wisconsin. New reporting shows that Eric Hovde is doing business with a bank accused of links to the Mexican drug cartel. Banco Azteca loaded up $26 million in cash and flew it to Eric Hovde's bank in California. Other U.S. banks have cut ties with this Mexican bank, but Eric Hovde took their money. That's 26 million more reasons you can't trust Eric Hovde.
Their Bidenomics led to the highest inflation in 40 years, highest gas prices ever, skyrocketing interest rates, unaffordable housing, incomes down, unemployment rising, and a recession now headed our way. Yet Kamala Harris is clueless.
We are very proud of Bidenomics. Bidenomics is working.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Arthritis, high blood pressure, breast cancer. Almost everyone has a pre-existing condition and could lose health insurance if Derek Van Orden and Washington insiders get their way. They take money from big insurance companies, then try to strip coverage for pre-existing conditions. Van Orden and Washington insiders don't care about you, so if you get sick, you get dropped. Time to drop Derek Van Orden and these Washington insiders from Congress.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
Well, good morning to you. Yeah, once you go outside and you feel that cool air, as Alexander just said, reality will take over. And you'll notice it's pretty pleasant out there indeed, even though the winds are pretty breezy and gusty. It feels really nice. But we're going to be picking up temperatures, holding on to the mild to finish out the remainder of the week and, of course, next week as well. So temperatures, technically, we're on the cooler side of mild. As we roll right into it, those winds today are going to be up to at least 14 miles per hour to 18 miles per hour. And then we'll see gusts getting up to at least 20 to near 30 as we finish out today going into tomorrow. That being said, the current winds are also helping or exacerbating this fire that is over in the on the French island. In fact, we're going to be seeing this continue on with those winds coming out of the northwest. They are pretty breezy indeed. Look at these winds as we go right through the afternoon, up to 22 miles per hour, 19 over in La Crosse. That will increase getting once they get into the overnight hours, they subside. For some down in the central portion, they get still pretty breezy over there in areas by Decorah, but we'll also go into tomorrow where those winds are up to 30 miles per hour, gusting in some cases plus. We'll get back into the evening and then they begin to subside going into the overnight hours. That being said, current temperatures still holding on to 40s and 50s. The dew points are very dry in the 30s, but there is some rainfall up to the northeast and it's bugging out of the area right now. Limited fog, as I mentioned, due to wind, so that's not an issue today for kids heading out to school, both college graduates and school bus drivers. We're also seeing a bit cooler today on the cooler side of mild. There's a look at that rainfall I just told you, bugging out right now, heading over into Lake Michigan. We're also going to be seeing drier conditions on the way. This rainfall gets out of the way as we go right through the 8 o'clock hour this morning. Clouds will come in once we go into the noon hour into the afternoon, filling us up to at least partly cloudy skies, and then get out of the way because of the winds breaking it apart pretty quickly. Going into tomorrow, you see those winds really start to do their job getting those clouds out of the way. But they do come back for Thursday. Going into Friday, we'll see again the possibility of rainfall coming out of the picture. It's about a 10 to about 20% chance of rainfall for our area, but picking up more so as you get into Madison. That gets out of the way as well as we go into the 11 o'clock hour leading into the afternoon for Friday. More clouds on the way, and then poof, we get into this. Your sky tracker showing you, I enhanced the wind so you could see who is getting in, where it's coming, all coming in from the northwest and west, kind of pushing through the area here as we finish out going into the 10 o'clock hour. You're going to be seeing as these winds really begin to pick up going into the afternoon. At 2 o'clock, we're still holding on to it with temperatures widespread in the 60s. We get at least to, again, widespread 60s again, up to at least by 61 to about 68 degrees, possibly to finish out the day. That being said, clouds sneak back in as we go into the overnight, and here are the highs coming in for today. We'll also be seeing pretty much how it all plays out for you. La Crosse, 67 degrees, Eau Claire at 65. Back to you.
In our Morning Buzz report, North American fans get ready. Oasis is bringing its highly anticipated reunion to the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. Pre-sale registration is now open on Oasis's website. General ticket sales start Friday via Ticketmaster. Last month, Oasis announced its reunion tour in the UK and Ireland after a 15-year hiatus. Singer, songwriter, and actor Kris Kristofferson has died. A family spokeswoman says the 88-year-old died at his home in Maui. No cause of death was given. Kristofferson's career took off in the 60s. Millions of fans embraced his blend of folk and country music. The Texas native wrote such classics as Sunday Morning Comin' Down, Help Me Make It Through the Night, and Me and Bobby McGee.
And yet somehow the young people I meet are always smiling. And in every room they walk into, seemingly lights up with warmth and positivity. So, keep being you. You've got this, and we've got you.
Prince Harry making a rare visit to the UK Monday, speaking at a charity event benefiting seriously ill children and their caregivers. The Duke of Sussex was there without his wife Meghan. They gave their royal duties up in 2020 when they moved to the US to focus on entertainment and charity.
You okay? I keep seeing this face everywhere.
That smile. Art is shaking his head no. The Vicious Visage haunts a pop star embarking on a concert tour and Smile 2, that is, starring Naomi Scott as Sky Riley. Horror fans will grin ear to ear when the sequel creeps into theaters October 18th. I can't believe they made a sequel, you know?
I can't believe it. And the word creep was perfect for it.
Yeah, it's a very creepy smile. You want to try it?
Have you seen it?
Should I try to give it to you?
Don't do that. Don't spoil it.
I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on it. I'll get ready just in time for Halloween.
Thanks.
Don't worry, Art.
Remember, I do costumes a lot better than you do.
All right. Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Kane is turning 8 months old today. He loves to go on walks and is always smiling.
Happy 8 months. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Yeah, that's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
The time now is 6:49. Stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is coming up next.
Is it past time for new windows? At River Valley Remodelers, there's no need to sacrifice quality for cost. We offer high-quality, energy-efficient replacement windows designed for all of our weather, keeping your home comfortable year-round. Our experts will help you find the perfect option that fits your budget and matches your style. Plus, with our free energy audit, you'll learn how to save more while upgrading your home. River Valley Remodelers, quality windows at a price you'll love. Call today for your free energy audit.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. These places employ us, sponsor the Little League team, and feed and clothe us. That's why I'm proud of the work I've done to support our business community. I know that the side of the aisle you're on matters less than being on the side of our main streets. No party has a monopoly on good ideas. I'm Steve Doyle, and I'm working for our businesses, working for our communities, and I'm working for you.
As the mom of a daughter, I'm livid that boys are now being allowed to compete in girls' sports. It's just wrong, and I blame Tammy Baldwin. She voted to let biological men into women's sports. Worse, Baldwin co-sponsored legislation to force girls to share locker rooms with biological men. Tammy Baldwin is failing to keep our families safe. Tammy Baldwin's extreme values are wrong for Wisconsin. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It seems like everyone in Washington is either too far left or too far right. I'm Rebecca Cook, and like most folks in Wisconsin, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'll stand up to Democrats to fight for a secure border and stop wasteful spending. I'll stand up to extremists like Derek Van Orden, who wants to ban all abortions with no exceptions. Like you, I'm fed up and ready for change. I approve this message because it's time that we sent one of us to Congress.
Maxwell White, done right. Maxwell White Plumbing proudly announces our first annual food drive in celebration of being in business for 30 years and our commitment to the communities we serve. From October 1st to 31st, we're partnering with the La Crosse Hunger Task Force. Donate while our professionals are at your home, at our West Salem location, or directly to the Hunger Task Force in La Crosse. As a thank you, get $15 off your service and we'll donate an additional $15 on your behalf. Join us in making a difference this October.
You earn trust by making a commitment and sticking to it and being there when needed, all day, every day. We work hard for this trust because we, like you, expect more. We are News 8 Now.
Welcome back. It's 6:52. Time for your Morning News Now. Checking in with the breaking news we've been following all morning here on News 8 Now. This morning, a massive fire raging at the Thai Yard of Omaha. This is on French Island. As the sun starts to come up, we can see a little bit of a better picture here as we take a live look. We do know that crews have been here since about 1:30 this morning, and it appears that it is a large shed-like structure that is engulfed in flames, and the building and railroad ties are burning. Firefighters called for more water tenders around 2 a.m. and Onalaska was also called in for additional support. So we are still working to learn the latest details. We will continue to update you throughout the day. Turning now to the campaign trail. Tonight in New York City, CBS News will host the first and likely only vice presidential debate. Ohio Republican Senator J.D. Vance and Minnesota's Governor Tim Walz will face off. CBS Evening News anchor Norah O'Donnell and Face the Nation host Margaret Brennan will moderate but won't interrupt the debate to fact check. CBS News says that will be up to the nominees. And former President Trump will be on a stage of his own tonight here in the Badger State. He's expected to make a campaign stop at Dane Manufacturing in Waunakee at 1:30. He'll then travel to Milwaukee, where he'll hold another campaign stop at Discovery World. And for students with allergies, it can be difficult to find food that's both safe to eat and tastes good. The A9 Eatery on UWL's campus is making that easier than ever. The recently opened dining option is providing full-service meals for students with documented allergies. Food at A9 is prepared without the 9 major allergens or gluten. Opening at the start of the fall semester, A9 currently serves about 50 to 60 students.
When I got introduced to the A9, it really helped me just be able to have a more secure diet and a safer diet.
A9 is in a different area than the main food hall. Students have to swipe a card to go in, and all utensils and equipment are kept separate from the other dining hall as well. The 22nd annual Ladies' Day Luncheon wrapped up this year's Oktoberfest yesterday. Held at the Waterfront Restaurant, the event is sponsored by past Mrs. Oktoberfest. Current and former royal family members gathered to celebrate the festival's success. The luncheon featured live entertainment, food, and prizes, honoring the hard work that goes into making Oktoberfest happen each year.
All right, according to the Department of Natural Resources, we have some high fire danger out there right now with this fire happening on French Island. We have the winds also exacerbating the issue as well, gusting. That'll continue as we go into tomorrow as well. We'll also be seeing highs today. We're looking at least widespread 60s today. And of course, we're on the lighter side of mild. Mild's going to stay with us all the way into next week as well. And as you take a look at your next 8 days, 67 degrees today for our high. We're also going to be seeing breezy, gusty winds, 76 tomorrow, and more 70s to finish out your weekend.
All right, thank you, Art. Well, former President Jimmy Carter is about to make history as the oldest living president. He's turning 100 today. He'll be the first president in U.S. history to hit that centennial mark. A number of events to celebrate are planned, including a flyover of military jets over his hometown of Plains, Georgia, where a concert and ceremony will be held. According to family members, Carter's birthday wish is to vote in the presidential election. So happy birthday to him. Yeah, turning 100. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Happy and Rosalind, they're a great couple together.
Yes, yes. And we will see you back here at noon. So until then, enjoy your Tuesday. Thanks for starting your morning with us.